Hi guys, welcome. Okay, I'm trying to find it on here. Oh, I wanted to answer. Somebody put something. That wasn't it. I don't see anybody here yet, so let me see. Where the heck is it? All right, here we go. Seashell General. Seashell General. Okay, you've got good karma coming back to you. You also have divine timing, being at the right place at the right time. Somebody from your past returns, or you hear from somebody from the past. Could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Some adventure coming in, or an adventurous time. Two of Pentacles, feeling well balanced. The Lover's card is here. If you're not in a soulmate relationship, you've got one coming. Could be with an Aquarius. If you are in a soulmate relationship, it's well balanced. The relationship should be moving forward really smooth, and it's growing and changing and evolving. Brittany L. Love. You have a wish around love with the Nine of Cups. You also have a Cancer coming in if you're not with anyone right now. If you are, the Chariot means that your current relationship is moving forward nicely. Emperor is here. If you're not with anyone, there's an Aries coming in. Aries has long-term potential around them too. Wheel of Fortune. You got good luck coming in around your love life. You also have money coming in with the Ten of Pentacles. Looks like you've got success around love when you leave past hurts and regret in the past. Don't bring it with you into the future. Armani, is the bleeding that I'm having a period or implantation? Am I still possibly pregnant? I would get a test, but I would take a test. If you're bleeding a lot, it's probably a period. If it's just a little bit, I would think that would be implantation. Let me ask the cards. But did you take just a regular test from the drugstore? I would take a test from the drugstore. Okay, is this bleeding a period? I'm getting a 70% chance it is your period, so I'm not convinced at this point that you're pregnant. Like I said, I would take a test because they're pretty accurate. You know, the thing is with pregnancy, it's like if you're physically able to have a child, and the possibility comes up, like say we asked last week, am I pregnant? If the possibility comes up 70%, there may be a chance that you get pregnant next month or you get pregnant before the end of the year. So you might not have been pregnant at the time. It's very hard with timing when we're dealing with the metaphysical world because there's no time there. And yeah, like I've said it a million times, it took 18 years for me to get pregnant. From the time that I was the woman that does my cards, she's been predicting it for 18 years before I got pregnant. So it's like, if it's coming up, there's a possibility. But if you haven't taken a test and you don't know for certain, and you're bleeding like pretty heavy, I would say you probably were never pregnant. That would be, that's where I would go with that. And I would think that if the cards were reading that you were pregnant prior to this, there could be a possibility of pregnancy before the end of the year. Rhonda, general work, love, and finances. Finances look like they may need they may take time before they improve. Improve before the end of the year, but this month may be a little tight, even moving into next month. As far as work goes, work may be a little bit slow because Seven of Wands is in reverse, lack of perseverance. There may not be all that much to do, which could be why money is a little bit tight this month. As far as love life goes, it looks like there's growth and transformation around a current relationship if you're in one. If you're not, you can expect a water sign to show up, possibly a Scorpio. Could be a Pisces or a Cancer, but Scorpio comes up stronger. There's time for rest and relaxation towards the end of the month into the beginning of next month. And the next relationship you enter should be a soulmate relationship. If you're in one, there's growth and transformation around your current relationship, and things should be connected. You should be feeling pretty connected to them. Ashley, how does Anthony feel about me? Thinks that you're a hard worker, thinks you're very creative, thinks that you're constantly growing, changing. You're deep, mysterious, intuitive, attractive, kind, loving, warm, loyal, and strong. Elizabeth, what's coming in for me in love for the next 2 weeks? Could have a new love interest coming in. Maybe it could be a Virgo. Got a Virgo here. You also have, you got choices. 7 of Cups. You got a Pisces. You got an Aries. You've got leaving something in the past that no longer serves you, moving on to greener pastures, and a new love interest comes in out of the blue when you least expect it. Somebody from your past is returning. Now, somebody from your past, you may tell them, listen, I don't want to go back there. And you may be prepared to move forward. Let's see what happens. There's new people showing up, which is nice. Mariana, general love for November. Love and money. Okay, love and money for November. When it comes to money, you have a wish around money, and you have the Page of Pentacles, which could be a new practical way of making money, or a side business that you're focused on that brings in extra money. Money looks good. 8 of Wands. Things change around money quickly. When it comes to love, there may be disappointment around love. If you're in a relationship right now, you may be, you might be thinking about moving on to greener pastures. I mean, that's what comes up. If you're not with anyone right now, somebody from your past returns, and you may be prepared to move forward with somebody from your past. They could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, and it could be somebody who you have a nice connection to, although you may never have been involved with them before. They could just be, could be somebody that you were involved with, but it could be just somebody that you know from the past. Slobo. I texted Diamant my new number, and I said, sorry if I did anything wrong. Is he going to talk and like respond, call, or text? Okay, let's see. Is he gonna respond to the text? I think he responds to the text, and then I think more communication comes in later on in the week, maybe over the weekend. He's feeling a little bit undecided right now about whether or not he's going to text, but I think inevitably he does. I think he gets back to you. And then I think more communication comes in following that. Melissa, pregnancy reading. Okay. I'm not seeing a pregnancy coming in right now. I would say not between now and next month. But like, here's the thing with pregnancy, and I say this all the time. If you are of childbearing age, then you have the opportunity every month to conceive. As long as you're on the same page with your partner, you have a discussion about it, there's no reason why you can't have a child. And it looks like you should have no problem conceiving. The timing wise of it, if you were to start trying now, you probably could get pregnant before the end of the year. But like, that's a free will thing. You know, it's like the only time that I would say that divine timing comes in and affects pregnancy is when something really out of the ordinary happens. Like somebody's had their tubes tied and they get pregnant. Happened to a woman I worked with. Or somebody is like up there in age and all of a sudden out of the clear blue sky they conceive. And they weren't planning on it. You know, it just happens. Then I would say, okay, that's divine intervention. But for the regular everyday couple, there is always a chance every month to conceive. So if you want to have a child, you just need to have a conversation about it and you just need to try. The opportunity is here. You know, it's like when people ask, am I going to lose weight? And it's like, okay, you have the opportunity to lose weight if you stop eating and you watch, you know, your fitness. If you don't, then you're going to gain weight. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're in control of that for the most part, unless there's a certain issue, and it doesn't look like you have much issue. I think that you wouldn't have trouble if you were to give it a shot and try for it. I would say before the end of this year. And that's the same, like a lot of things like we have control over, some things we don't. Like that woman, the woman that I used to work with, she had her tubes tied and 10 years later she got pregnant. Like that to me is like, that's like who would think 10 years later? Apparently, the way they used to do them, they could grow back together or they could heal or whatever. Very uncommon, but still. Now I think that they do it a different way where it's less likely. But she said, she goes, what are the chances that happen? So she's like, even though I didn't want any more children, I chose to have my daughter because I felt like this was something that was meant to be. And how could you not? You know what I mean? Like, how could you not feel that way? So, yeah, and she was older. She was older, too. I don't know how old she was when she had her daughter, but when I worked with her, she was an older woman. You know, I would say probably in her 60s at that time. Anyway. Cinnamon, why did he spaz out on me yesterday? Okay, let's see. He may have had an argument with somebody else and then took out his anger on you. Hermit is in reverse. He's not going to want to talk about it. I would let it go. I wouldn't even bring it up. Hermit is in reverse. So Hermit's in reverse. It's like, listen, I know what you're going to say. I know I'm an asshole. I know that I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I don't want to hear it. You know, it's like when somebody sleeps with their ex-boyfriend and they don't tell their best friend because their best friend is going to be like, now why the fuck would you do something like that? So they just keep it to themselves. That's Hermit in reverse. So he's not going to probably say anything about it because he knows that he was wrong. And I would just kind of let it blow over. Because you know what? Pick your battles and I would just let it go. If it happens again, I would make a big deal out of it. Because, you know, you're not his doormat. But on the other hand, you don't want, you know, like you're not somebody's doormat, but you don't want to make a big deal over every episode. You know, sometimes people vent and take things out on the people that they're closest to. And that's just what happens. Mariana, boyfriend's feelings towards me in our relationship. Oh, you're very welcome, Brittany. Thank you. Okay, he feels like you're very strong. He thinks that you're very kind, loving, gentle. But there is a tower moment. It's in reverse, so it's not terrible. It's not god-awful, but there is an issue between the two of you. Or at some point, relatively soon, you may feel like you've been treated unjustly. And it may burden you. But the good news is that you could work it out. So, I don't know. He may be feeling a little bit either weighed down by the relationship or he may need a little space or something. You'll know because it's going to be a mini tower moment. It's not the end of the world, but there will be something that comes up. Cinnamon. Why is he not telling? What is he not telling me? He holds himself back a lot, and he's not telling you. I think that he sometimes needs a little bit of space. He needs to do his own thing, and I don't know that he communicates that really well. I mean, it doesn't look like it's Hermit, but this is Hermit upright. Hermit upright is like, listen, I need to take time for myself. I need to figure out what I want. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It's not a bad thing. I'm not hiding anything. It's just, I need time for myself. And I don't think that and I think that if he were to just say that to you, you'd be okay with it. But for some reason, sometimes people have a hard time communicating their needs. And that may be something with him. Like, I just need time alone, or I just need to be left alone to do my thing. You don't need to know where I am all the time, kind of thing. Like, let me disappear a little bit. And I don't think he knows how to say that. And if you could say that to somebody, the other person can be okay with that. But the problem is the lack of communication. Priscilla, what are Samuel's intentions towards me at the moment? Right now, you may feel like he's not putting in enough effort, or he's not putting in enough hard work, and he isn't. But that can change, because balance is coming back and things may start to move forward. Right now, it doesn't look like he's putting in a whole lot of effort. I don't know if he's really looking for things to move forward, but it's going to change soon. And he'll be singing a different tune. He's got a wish around the situation, but he's not there yet. So he just may have not have figured it out. I would give it a couple of weeks, and you should see more from him. And then at that point, he may be looking for things to move forward. But right now, he's a little bit slow. That could be Mercury-Mars thing, too. Cinnamon. Did the pink candle work for me? Did the pink candle work for me? I think it will work. It may not have worked yet, but I think it's going to work. Give it a little bit of time. You know, those things they don't usually happen overnight. They usually take a little bit of time. Uriali, what are Kay's real intentions with me? Because at this point, I'm sick of arguing in games. Well, I don't think that right now, I mean, I don't remember where you are in this situation, but I don't think that right now he's looking to be in a relationship. And if that's what you're arguing about, then that's going to be an argument you're going to continue to have, because it's not showing that he's interested right now in being in a stable, committed relationship. And if you are, that's where the arguments are going to come in. So, and like I said, I don't remember where you are in the situation, but it's like he's moving, his life is moving forward, and he's not prepared. Like, he wants to either explore options, or he wants to be free. I don't think he wants to have somebody that he needs to answer to right now. And, you know, then it comes back to you. It's your decision. So if, like I said, I don't know where you are in the situation, but if you guys are just friends, then you have to either accept the fact that you're just going to be friends, or you have to not, you know, cut him out of your life. If you guys are like friends with benefits, that's a whole other ball of wax. If you're saying that there's games, that would lead me to believe that he's either putting in some effort, but not a lot. So once again, it's up to you whether or not you want to, you know, partake in this kind of a thing. Because if he's not giving you what you want, it's your choice to turn around and walk away from it and say, you know what, I don't want this anymore. You do your thing and I'll do mine. But if you're willing to put up with it, and then you're arguing with him about it, like, you're accepting it. You know, it's like somebody who is a couple that have been together, right? They have a breakup, but then they continue to sleep together. And it's usually, not always, but it's usually the girl that wants to be back in a committed relationship. And the guy is just, he's like, well, we're not together anymore. I don't have to answer to you. So it's up to that girl to be like, okay, well, then I'm not doing this anymore. We're either in a relationship and we have sex, or we're not in a relationship and we don't. But we're not going to have this middle of the road kind of a thing. Sex is sex, love is love, a relationship is a relationship. So having clear boundaries will help the situation. But it always comes back to you. So it's what you're willing to put up with. If you're willing to accept a little piece of him just to keep him in your life, then you've got to settle for what you settle for. If you're willing to say, hey, listen, you're not that fucking great, I don't need this, and you shut the door on it, then that's a different story. Now, sometimes you shut the door on someone, you lock them out, and then their attitude changes. Sometimes it doesn't, but that's a chance that you take, but it would definitely keep you away from the game playing and the nonsense of going back and forth. That's the problem that people have with like exes. It's like they don't want to let go of the ex, but the ex is not giving them what they want, and they think that they're going to change that situation somehow. Situation doesn't change by doing the same thing. By doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. So think about it like that. And then you can make your decision on how you want to move forward. We are at Iveth. I want to know if the Aries man called me from a different number and texting app. The number he called was very similar to his. Okay. Was it the Aries man that called from another number? No, I don't think it was him. I don't think it was him. I don't know who it was, but I get phone calls all day from numbers that are very similar to mine and very similar to people that are in my life. And I call the numbers back sometimes because I get so pissed. Like, stop calling my phone. And they're usually like exactly the same number, like off maybe one digit. Lately they've been from the they're saying they're from the Social Security office, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes when I call them back, there's nobody there and it beeps. I would be careful with any of those types of calls, only because who knows what kind of information they could be trying to get. Sepia career. And you could be starting a new journey. Look at that, the Fool. You also have the Seven of Cups, which means you're going to have choices when it comes to jobs and career moving forward. You've got the Four of Cups in reverse. You could be presented with an offer that will be hard to refuse. Page of Pentacles. You could be starting a side business that could be very profitable. You also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow and steady moving forward. That could be with the side business. But I think when it comes to your regular everyday job, you may have a couple of different opportunities before the end of the year. Could even be changing jobs. There's even a possibility that the next job you land in, you could be a boss or have a higher position. Because you got the Emperor here. The Emperor's the boss. Julie, how did Donald feel when he saw me this morning? Okay. Donald. You know what? He's happy, right? The sun is here. It's in reverse. So there may be a delay around happiness. I don't think he's thrilled with the situation he's in right now. I think that's part of it. I think he feels like he's stuck. He's unhappy. And I think he's looking to escape that situation somehow. As far as you're concerned, I mean, he thinks that you're kind, caring, considerate, attractive. Four of Wands. He could even think that there is long-term potential, but he's a liar. He tells stories. I hate liars. I really do. I mean, like, what do you gotta lie? Like, I would rather you just tell me the truth. Michelle, what's coming in for me in the next 4 weeks? You've got choices coming in around business and lots of money coming in and feeling like finally all the hard work that I've put in is now starting to come back. Perseverance is taking you to the next level when it comes to your job and career. Knight of Cups, you could have a new love interest show up. They may be a Capricorn. Could come in out of the blue. New fresh energy. That's not bad. It also looks like you're feeling good, like you've got the world at your feet and your life is moving forward. There's a lighter energy around you. Sepia, love for the next 2 weeks. First card you have here is the Judgment card. Being at the right place at the right time, or being guided by the divine when it comes to love. You're going to have choices, 7 of Cups, over the next 2 weeks. If you've been feeling disappointed by somebody, that's going to move into the past. You have the opportunity for a new beginning coming in with, you have a Virgo, you have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You have Sagittarius here, I got a Taurus here. So you may have some choices. 6 of Wands, there should be success coming in around love. Julie, how long will it take Rich to come back to his senses with me? Things seem to improve this winter. So towards the end of the year, I think. Julie, will Rich regret losing me or almost losing me in this whole mess? Oh yeah, he will. He will. If he loses you, he will regret it. I don't think he feels right now that he's going to lose you. I think he feels like this is all going to blow over and that he can kind of do whatever he wants. And he's just going to ignore the fact that there's a problem and then it's all going to go away. I think that's how he's looking at things, which is not helpful. New chapter. What does the future hold for me and George, and how does he feel since I'm still not giving in? He thinks that you're going to give in, though. He does think that. He's got, he thinks that you're playing hard to get, and he's prepared for you to give in to him. He feels like you're just being difficult because you're not getting your way. And thing is that it's up to you which way this goes. I mean, he will give up eventually if you don't give in, but it looks like you have the opportunity for a new beginning. There's anxiety around him. I don't think he's thrilled with where his life is either right now. I think he's another one that's sort of looking for an escape or, a distraction or to get out of the situation that he's in, but it doesn't look like he's making any moves to get out. So that may be keeping you, like he wants to have his cake and he wants to eat it too. And if you give into that, then that's exactly what's going to happen. He'll have his cake and he'll be eating it too. And he thinks that you're just giving him a hard time. He thinks you're going to give in. That's how he's feeling right now. All right, let me just go run and check on her because she was crying before, and I just want to make sure she fell asleep. She's sleeping. I put the unicorn in there, the big unicorn. And they're not supposed to have stuffed animals in the bed. But she fell asleep, so I removed it. She loves that boppy pillow, and she's not supposed to sleep on it. But she's sleeping like with her head in between the thing, and she's on her back. She usually doesn't like to sleep on her back either. But anyway, I'll remove the boppy pillow later. I just wanted to get that big unicorn out of there. We are at Cinnamon. Weekend reading. This weekend, we've got that full moon, the blue moon on Halloween. It's going to be a doozy. Okay. So we've got, for you, you've got growth and transformation happening this weekend. It may be helping you out. It also makes you feel like you've made it to the top of the mountain, and you've got the Magician, which means you can manifest just about anything you want. You've got like good luck coming in, and your intuition this weekend will be heightened. There also may be a Halloween party or a Halloween something or other that you go to that should be fun, and there's divine timing around it. There's success coming to you this weekend. Priscilla, general reading for finances and love for the next 3 weeks. Finances and love next 3 weeks. Okay, finances, you're paying off a bill of debt or a loan, whatever that is, makes you feel relief, like you've made it to the top of the mountain and you can exhale. When it comes to love, you may be getting a little bit more respect, maybe feeling like things are growing and changing and transforming around you. Got a couple of new people coming in. You got a new journey possible here with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Got the Magician, which means you can call somebody new in. It also looks like you've got the Empress, love, money, abundance, and fertility. So please be careful if you don't want children when that card shows up. Fanny, why Bobby hasn't reached out to me yet. He should. He should. He's got anxiety around him that has nothing to do with you. He may have been worried about money. He could have had a lot on his plate. But the sun is here, which guarantees happiness around the situation. So he should be reaching out to you relatively soon. And it actually looks like your relationship with him could be moving forward soon. Slobo. I don't see the question yet. Let me do Martha X. Will me and the Leo ever reunite? Okay, let's see. You got a 33% chance you guys could reunite before the end of the year. Yeah, there's possibility there. Hierophant. Adriana's current energy towards me and our connection. She may be feeling a little bit stuck, and but that's in herself. That has nothing to do with you. But if you're not seeing much from her, she may be feeling like she can't get out of her own way. When it comes to the two of you, she feels like there's a strong connection. She thinks that you're strong, caring, courageous, opportunity for a new beginning to start in the near future. Once she gets herself unstuck, which could happen either when Mercury goes direct or when Mars goes direct, either way, it's like the middle of November. So we're not far off. She also thinks that you're attractive, intelligent, hardworking, and kind. I like her. She may be a little stuck right now, but I think that she seems like a good partner, or she would make a good partner. Okay, the Aries woman's energy towards me. Aries woman's energy towards me. Not bad. Listen to your intuition. You got divine timing guiding this and growth and transformation. A little bit of mystery around here and a little bit of excitement around the Aries. Not bad at all. Slobo, before when I texted Diamant from the fake number, he blocked right away. But when I texted last night the new number and said, I'm sorry, he never blocked me. How come? Does he want to talk? All right, here's my thing with everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't like, there's too much game playing, calling from other numbers, blocking numbers, unblocking numbers. This is all really poor communication. If he doesn't want to speak to you, bamboozling him into talking to you from another number is not going to get you, it's not going to get the job done. If anything, it's going to make him more aggravated. Because if I didn't want to talk to somebody and they bamboozled me, I'd be fucking pissed. So I don't understand why people are always with the blocking, unblocking, do call from a different number, let me borrow somebody else's phone. It's such bad, it's bad communication. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. It's just, if you have to bamboozle somebody into answering the telephone, then what does that tell you? Like, it is just, and so many people do it. If someone doesn't want to speak to you, why do you want to insist on talking to them? You're not going to change their mind by like being pushy. I don't believe. I mean, I believe you can manipulate people to a certain extent. But in the long term, is it going to be something lasting? I don't believe that. I believe you could get momentarily what you want out of the person, but if somebody has been clear that they don't want to speak to you for whatever the reason is, manipulating them into talking to you is going to give you a momentary success, but long term it's going to backfire. So I don't know why so many people are in this predicament, or why people are always with the blocking and unblocking and different numbers and side numbers and everything else, because the energy of it is so deceitful. Like, if you go into the energy of things, it's like the energy of calling from somebody else's number, it's deceitful. So you're putting deceit into a relationship that you don't want deceit in. Like, you don't want to build a relationship on lies, right? Because otherwise that's what you're going to get more of. So you're starting off deceitful. You're deceiving this person to get what you want. You're manipulating the situation so that you could have a conversation because you want to have it, not because they want to have it. And inevitably, the energy is going to come back at you because that's the way energy works. So I would stop it with this stuff. I really would stop it with, you know what I mean? Like, I would straight up to his face tell him exactly how you feel from your phone number. And if he doesn't like it and he blocks you, then you gotta accept that. You just, otherwise it's like, it's just one level of deceit on top of the next level. It's like, I'm going to bamboozle somebody and push my way into their life. And I mean, that's not going to cultivate love. It's going to cultivate momentary success, but it's not love. If somebody is, you know what I mean? It's like, there's so much deceit in doing things like that. So do I think that he wants to talk? I know, and if somebody has blocked you, then no, I really don't think that they want to talk. I think that the energy of that is, no, I don't want to talk. If you bamboozle somebody into talking to you and they respond, it's because they didn't know it was you, or because, whatever, I answered the phone once because I thought that it was my boss calling. But it was my uncle calling, who was ripping me a new asshole because of something my brother did. And I was an idiot and answered the phone. So it's like this is what I'm saying. Like, all right, I'm going to ask. So when, does he want to talk? Okay. I mean, it's not coming up that he wants to talk. It's actually coming up that his life is moving forward. He's got the Six of Swords. But like I said, you know, it seems to be like an epidemic lately of people blocking people, unblocking people, making them find another way to contact me, and like bamboozling people into talking. To me, it's bad communication, it's deceitful, and it's manipulative. And if that's what you're putting out into the universe, that's what you're going to get back. I would rather see you knock on his door and look at him face to face. And if he says to you, I don't want to speak to you, I don't want to talk to you, leave, at least you've got a clean answer. Like, that is what he said. He looked me in my face. And then we can move on with life. But the energy of all of this deceitfulness and blocking and unblock, it's just, it's a lot of, it's a lot of madness. I would really think about it before you do things like this, because it's going to come back to you. That's what I mean. Like, it's going to come back to you and it's going to make matters worse. Uriali. I don't see the question. Uriali. Maybe I didn't get there yet. Diane. Would it be a good idea to have Tim work on the house and pay him solid, or better to find others or just pay or clean out the house and sell it as it is? I would say sell it as it is. That's what I would think. All right. Should I pay Tim solid to fix up the house? Well, see what needs to be done. So, you know, if it's like minor stuff, yeah. If it's major stuff, I would say unload it. I would have Tim do it if it's not major stuff. I wouldn't put a ton of money into this house. I would get rid of it, move forward. I would be skeptical. I don't know who Tim is to you, but if he's someone that you trust, I would rather see you give him the money than pay somebody else who could be, you know, there's too many people out there that are looking to rip people off or scam or cut corners and nonsense like that. I would rather see you pay somebody you know and trust. But I wouldn't put a ton of money into it. I would try to unload it. I think that you'll probably be able to sell it pretty quickly and take the money and do whatever you need to do. Goddess energy around the place that I've seen in Harlem today. Okay, so the energy around the Harlem it's an apartment. All right. Not bad. It's not bad. You got the Ten of Pentacles, you've got the Moon, listen to your intuition, the Hermit, and you've got the Two of Wands. Energy is forward moving. It could be financially good for you. If you listen to your intuition, I would take it. Doesn't seem bad at all. Michelle, will I get the new office job in November, and how will be the outcome for me if I take it? All right. Will I get the new offer in November? Let me ask that first. I think you do get it. How will it be if I take it? I think that you would like it. You got the Two of Wands, which is feeling prepared. It looks like you're earning a lot of respect. And you may be getting better compensated too. I like it. If they offer it to you, I would take it. What the heck? Does the Cancer show up because he's in my energy or because he's coming in? It should be because he's coming in. That's, yeah. Let's see. Is he coming in? Yeah, it should be because he's coming in. 70% chance he's coming in. I mean, I know it's twisted with the energy thing because and then energy changes and shifts. But if somebody is showing that they're going to contact you, even if it takes a long time, they still should contact you. Or if you run into them, like that to me is like law of attraction kind of stuff. Like, because it's like you both have to sort of been thinking about each other to be at the same place at the same time. So that to me is like the divine timing thing. It's all because the person is still not like they're still in the picture. Let's put it that way. They're still coming in. There's still more to come. There's contact that's inevitable. It's not like I still think about him, so he shows up in the cards, because there's a lot of people that we think of, right? But we don't want to see them, or we, like I talk about like my ex-boyfriend that was the sailor. I don't want to see him. I mean, if I saw him, I would be okay with it, but I'm not like dying to see him. I mean, I don't really care either way. But so no, I think that if it's showing in the cards that this person is coming in, you either have to run into them or they have to reach out to you, or there has to be something. The person shows up at your house, or you're at the grocery store together, and it would have to be something more than, yeah. It's not because they're just in your energy. I don't believe so. I mean, and I've had, just in my own personal life, I've